Hi everyone. In this video we're going to take a look at homework problem number 4.3 out of chapter 4. And in this problem we're just going to be looking at calculation of gross margin and talking a little bit about that. So in order to calculate gross margin, one thing that we need to do that's not necessarily included above is to calculate our gross profit. So our gross profit is going to be our net sales minus our cost of goods sold. And remember that our net sales includes things like sales returns and allowances, discounts, etc. So that's kind of after those types of things. And that refers to net gross sales would be before it. And then we're going to calculate out the cost of sales, so the cost of goods sold there. And then we can just drag our formula across, again, very easy, and get our gross profit. Okay, and then let's take a look at our gross margin ratio, and that's to take our gross profit divided by our net sales. And in essence, what we're saying here is how much of our sales are we keeping, our sales revenue are we keeping after we account for operating expenses. And so in this instance, let me make sure I'm saying that right. Sorry, no, I'm saying that wrong. What percentage of our sales is being eaten up by the cost of goods sold is the way to look at that. Not necessarily operating expenses, sorry. But when we make a sale, how much of that sale, for every dollar of sales revenue that we earn, what percentage of that dollar did we have to pay to buy the thing in the first place, essentially, right? So that's where we get this notion of gross margin. And the higher your gross margin is, the more money that you're going to be able to, every sales dollar, you're keeping more, or you're getting at least more proceeds after accounting for the cost of those sales in the first place. So as we can see, we're looking at the years here's 1, 2, and 3. So we're going from 24.6 Walmart. At least the question here was, what is Walmart's gross margin improving or declining? And so we can see an improvement over the 3-year period as it goes from 24.6 to 24.8, 25.4. And then question C asks us what industries might typically have a low gross margin ratio. And some examples of that, one example would be like a grocery store, for instance. So they rely on high sales revenue with low margins, essentially. So lots of sales, they might only be earning a little bit from each sale, but since there's so many sales constantly happening, that those all add together to basically add up to profit, more or less. So, yeah, I think that's kind of takes us to the end of the problem here. This is a relatively quick little video. Hopefully this might help just with a few of the, reviewing Excel formulas, etc. So you can just do your little divisions and drag your formulas across as you have all the information just side by side. And hopefully that makes sense. And I will see you all in the next video. Thanks, everybody.